So we'll have some list of speakers now. Probably after 15-20 minutes, we'll take a intro of new people. And yeah, over to you, Apurva. Apurva, please introduce yourself and you can start the show.
Yeah, thank you, Karthik. So today we will be having this bit fancy thing to select our speakers. So yeah, so I'll be just rotate, like clicking on this wheel. The wheel will be spinning and the name will be selected so that we can go for the respective talks. So yeah, I will be starting this now. Okay, so first speaker is Nikhila. And the topic for her is Goddess Shailapuri, which is more towards to rediscover ourselves and get better every day. So Nikhila, are you there?
Yeah, hi Apurva. Yeah. I cannot switch on my video because I'm having network connection. I'll go with audio only today.
Yeah, that's okay, Nikhila. Yeah, please.
Okay, thank you. Hello everyone. First of all, I would like to say happy Dasara to all of you from my side. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. I hope everyone is able to see my screen. Okay, yeah. So today I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about a topic that is how do you respond when you're faced with adversity in life. So I have last week I have spoken about one moral story, right? So similarly, today also I have come up with a moral story that is between daughter and father, and how father is explaining uh, to her daughter about facing adversities when facing adversities. So yeah, I'll explain the story now. So one day what happened, she felt very low. So that day she went to her father and asked, I'm facing some disturbances in my life. I'm not feeling well and all. So then father has taken her to the kitchen and he put three bowls, and then he has taken egg and then potato and then coffee beans, and he put all these items in a different bowls and put it for boiling. So after boiling, he took out each item from the bowls and kept it aside, and then asked his daughter to uh, and asked his daughter what is her observation like. So what do you think when you see these three things after boiling? Then she was like amazed. She didn't know what to tell. Then her father explained, see, potato went into the boiling water, it came soft, and then egg went into the boiling water, it became hard, and then when you put coffee beans into the boiling water, it totally changes the uh, total environment and came up with a new thing. So if so all three faced with same kind of adversities, but it depends on each individual how we are going to respond to that adversity and come back. Yeah, so this is what I yeah, so I have put it a story also in the slide, but I think it is I cannot read it now. It is very big. Yeah. So yeah. So last line here is try to rediscover ourselves and get better every day. So it is the main point that I would like to that I would like to put it today on this theme of Dashara. So yeah, so goddess Shailaputri means try to rediscover ourselves and get better every day. Yeah, even if we face adversities or whatever may be the situation, we have to see the situation as an opportunity, and then we have to rediscover ourselves, and let's get better version of ourselves. Yep, that's all, everyone. Over to you, Karthik. Sorry, Apurva. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Nikhila. It was a great talk, and it was a great like story regarding how we should, like, how different things are affected by the adversities. So I think that is a great lesson. Okay, so let's go for the next talk now. So I'll just do this thing again. Okay, so it's Surbhi. So topic for Surbhi is just a minute. Yeah, goddess Katyayani. So here the message here is to take initiative to fight against all the odds in life. Over to you, Surbhi.
Yes, thank you, Apurva, and happy Dashara and Navratri to one and all. So may you have the spirit to overcome truth over evil in this Dashara. So my topic being Devi Katyayani, it's like fighting against the odd and taking the initiative. So today I'll be talking about two different stories. One is Gunjan Saxena and the other one being Rani Lakshmi Bai. So firstly, I'll tell about Gunjan Saxena. So she was, since the childhood, she was very, very aspiring to become pilot. In spite of even her mother she never supported her, at the idea of being a girl, a pilot. So she was always a little against and resistant towards her, idea of being a pilot. And so was her brother. But her father was continuously in support of her and always supported her and took her to all the trainings and joined her in the pilot academy. And there she was the only girl who was joined as a pilot. And against all the odds, there were no dressing rooms. It was a very, very challenging situation among all the men out there, to be the only single girl, to pursue as a pilot. But still, against all the odds, she took the initiative. In between the pilot training, she felt it really difficult, and she also wanted to quit so many times. But then again, her father encouraged her, and she completed her training, and she became a role model for all of the young women out here. And she served for the Kargil warriors. She went around for 20 to 30 rounds to and fro to pick up all the survivors of in the Pakistan LOC area when the Kargil war was going on. So this was one story which I wanted to talk about, Gunjan Saxena. And the second one is Rani Lakshmi Bai. I know it's not a Independence Day, but still I really think her as a role model against when during those times in 80s, during our before freedom, uh, being a woman taking the charge of the throne when her husband died and when she lost her child. Just that time, women were sent to, their hairs were removed and sent to Kashi for, to stay there. And it was a complete taboo to being a woman to come out and take charge of the throne. So being a very young girl, she lost her mother when she was just 4 age, and all the responsibility of taking care of her fell on the shoulders of her father. Since the very day he took her responsibility, he started educating her to be independent and become the queen of her life, and gave all her extensive underwater trainings and martial arts and horse ridings, and how to talwar bazi as a child. And at the very young age of 14, she got married. Soon after married, within 4 years, she gave birth to a baby boy, and within 4 months' time, she lost the baby boy. And the very next day, her husband also fell sick, and they planned to adopt a child. And then they adopted, and after adopting, the very next day, she also lost her husband. That was the day of her. That is when she took initiative of fighting against all the odds, and took the she ruled the kingdom on her own. And after that, the Britishers were also not agreeing as a woman being taboo, ruling as a to the kingdom during those era. They also took it on their egos, and really were very, very resistant of her being a queen. And they had intensive wars for 2 times. And then she kept saying and insisting, "मैं अपनी झांसी नहीं दूंगी." So this was her behavior. This is as a persona we we bring her. It is since the upbringing we carry all those things with us. So the Rani Lakshmi Bai, Gunjan Saxena, so these are the role models that we should carry forward as goddesses or role models when we are celebrating Navaratri. 7 different women are being in Shailaputri, Katyayani, Kali, Durga. So all these women, we can also relate to these young women, these in today's world, as these goddesses. Not exactly goddesses. Goddesses would be like something very big when it comes to traditions, but at least we can call them as role models. So thank you.
Thank you, Surbhi, for this wonderful talk. Actually, I think it was a great lesson for us, giving the two examples from the entirely two different generations. So current generation and the previous generation. So I think it was a great talk indeed. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Apurva.
Yeah. So let's start with the wheel again. Just to be sure, we just need to check with the sound. So just give me a minute. Yeah. I don't know if the sound is visible. Sorry, audible. Just a minute. Yeah, I'll try it again. Okay. So Mitesh, you can go next. So the topic for Mitesh
Hello,
is,
everyone.
Yeah. Yes, Mitesh, go ahead. Yeah.
Good evening to all, and happy Dussehra, and hope you all enjoy the Navaratri and learning a lot of the things. But here I am speaking about the goddess Mahagauri, which means white purity, shows in two theories as the Mata Parvati penance for the Lord Shiva, while his parents, he got burning out her skin and become the blackish in body. And but in other theory, and the Lord Shiva teasing her to be good and become the white. Then she take the bath in Ganga river and become the pure white, and she adopted the face of the Mahagauri. And another theory in which he fought as a Kalratri with the Raktbij and kill the demons and become black. So against the theory, she take bath in Ganga river and become Mahagauri. But what we can learning from her, the main message from out of this is that transforming, and this transforming we can take in our life. And we have the many examples even in India. So many women take the initiative and become transforming their life as per the big calamities and some decisions taken by them. As for the example, number one, Arunima Sinha, who lost her legs in the rail train accident, and even he stand again and transforming her mindset and climb the mountain even without no legs. Second one, Thalaivi, means in South, Jayalalitha. From the actor, it's become the great political leader in South India, and it's a great massive thinking, because if we transforming our mindset and convert into the actions, it became the transforming our life and achieve the great things in our life. Third one in Srimati Indira Gandhi, who is the political and till now she considered as the most powerful leader in Indian history as a woman. So it's a great transforming in us. And even even other women of the world and the culture, they are keep transforming their life at the different stages of their life. As in the initial stage, they become the daughter, then sister, then a wife, and the mother and granddaughter. They sacrifice their life and keep transforming as per the use in the society. And it's the great things, and our goddesses teaches the and motivates us to learning about their power and of the transforming, and they keep learning all to transforming in life. And this is the theme of Magori, whatever I can learn. And hope you enjoyed, and thank you all.
Thank you, Mitesh. I think it was a great story which you had shared, and it was very relatable, like changing roles in the woman's life. So I think it was great. So thank you. Okay, so
Thank you,
let's
ma'am.
go. Yeah. So let's go for the next talk for the day. Okay. So we have Nikita with us, and the topic for Nikita is Goddess Brahmacharini, which is towards to achieve what we desire. Over to you, Nikita.
Hi, can you, I don't know, see me, hear me? All that?
Yeah, you're audible. Yeah.
Hi. Okay, well, I don't understand much about Navratri or anything, but I found the topic very interesting. So I thought I'm going to talk about this. Now, the only god and goddess in my life are my parents, from whom I've learned a lot. So I'm going to tell you a story from my personal life about achieving what you desire. I was probably in 7th standard, so I don't know, 12 or something, 12, 13 at the most. And I wanted to watch a movie. Now, we were given homework that day, and my mom said no to watching the movie. The homework was from our English textbook. There was this chapter on, I still remember, Sudha Chandran. Sudha Chandran was a Bharatanatyam dancer, and it was in 7th standard, so I don't remember the entire story. But if I remember correctly, Sudha Chandran was a Bharatanatyam dancer who lost her leg or hurt her leg in a road accident in Madras or something. And her leg was replaced by a wooden leg or something of that sort. But she never gave up dancing, even with her wooden leg. She became a very, very famous Bharatanatyam dancer. And I think she performed in Bollywood and kind of national level, and she's a very famous dancer. Now, this was the homework that was assigned to us. And the moral of the story was, if you pursue your dreams, if you whatever you desire, if you go after your goals, where apply yourself completely to it, then you will be able to achieve your goals. That evening, my goal certainly was not to write a report on Sudha Chandran. My goal was to watch DDLJ on television. We didn't have Netflix back then, so my goal was to watch that movie. And my mom's goal was to not let me watch that movie. So getting inspired from Sudha Chandran, which is, no matter what happens, don't let anything stop you. I went up to my mother and I said to her, I have a math problem and I'm stuck on it. Will you be please able to help me? And the math problem was a long equation. I actually changed a number in the problem, so it was no longer a correct equation, so it could not be solved. So you had 3 variables that you had to find X, Y, and Z, and it was impossible to find the variables because I had tweaked the problem. I went and took that problem to my mother, and my mother, who was a math and statistics master, so she applied herself entirely to it and was so busy solving it. She sat in her room trying to solve the problem, and she did not. And I watched the entire movie. Once the movie was over, I went up to her and said, were you able to do it or not? Because she completely lost track of what I was doing. I went up to her and I asked her, were you able to solve it or no? And she's like, I'm sure I can. Okay, just give me some more time. I was like, okay, well, here's the textbook. I think there's an answer in it and you might be able to get hints from it. She's like, no, I don't want the answer. So I finally went up and said, oh, I'm so sorry. I think I have written it wrongly and that's my mistake. And here's the right problem. End of the story. Basically, my mom solved the problem. I watched the movie and Sudha Chandran did what she did. But basically, I did things my mom did it by hook, I did it by crook, and Sudha Chandran also did it by hook. But the moral of the story is, if you really want something, be it a movie, be it Bharatanatyam as your career, or be it a math problem, something that you love, something that you think is your identity, if you apply yourself to it 100%, be it by hook or by crook, don't do it by crook though. I shouldn't be the one saying it, but yeah, be it by hook or by crook, if you apply yourself to something that you genuinely desire, there is nothing that can stop you from achieving what you truly desire. So on this occasion of, I don't know, Dasera Navratri, yeah, apply yourself 100% to what you desire in life. And yeah, there will be nothing that can stop you from being successful. Thank you and happy holidays if you are on holiday. Otherwise, apply yourself and do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Apurva.
Yeah, thank you, Nikita. It was great listening to you again. And I like the message, like you should do what you want to do. Let it be a movie or let it be a math problem. So yeah, and let it be the hosting of the book club as well, I guess. Yeah. So thank you. So yeah, so let's get another speaker for the day. So I'll do this again. Yeah. Okay, so it's Karthik. So the topic for Karthik here is correcting or connecting. Over to you, Karthik.
Thanks, Apurva. Shall we take a intro before I go with my talk, Apurva?
Or we can, I think, go after your talk if you are okay. Anything will do. Yeah.
I think we'll take the intro before
Okay.
we go for my talk.
Okay, Karthik. Sure.
Probably if guys who have come join newly, right? They can introduce yourself. Sarang, I think you have come for the first time, right?
Yes, Karthik.
Yeah, I'd like to introduce yourself, Sarang.
Yes, hi everyone. This is Sarang. This is the first time that I've joined this. I work with Apurva in TCS. We are in the same project. We are colleagues. That is, I have been part of TCS since past almost 8 years. Prior to that, I was working with Infosys for almost 4 years. So she told me about this new journey that she has tried, exploring. So just thought that I should try this as well. So that's why this is the first time.
Nice, Sarang. I hope you are having a great time listening to all of us. From which place you are from?
I'm from Nagpur, Karthik.
Okay, same place. Right. Thank you. Welcome again. Hope you'll have a nice time also.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Anubhav, you would like to introduce yourself?
Sorry?
Anubhav, I think Anubhav has joined newly. So I was thinking if you can introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Am I audible to everyone?
Yeah, Anubhav.
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Anubhav Mishra and this is my first day here. And I'm actually great that I'm listening to all of you. And yeah, it's really a motivating session, means it's increasing me from inside. And I am also like to thanks to Mitish that he recommended me this. Okay. And my name is Anubhav Mishra and I'm from district Jaunpur of Uttar Pradesh. And currently I'm doing graduation. So basically I'm a student. You all guys are experienced. Okay, so you all are my seniors. Okay, thank you. Miss, I'm very grateful to be here.
Thank you, Anubhav, for joining. Yeah, hope you all have a nice time. And who else has joined? Anyone joined newly? That's all right. Harshal Ved, have you joined newly, Harshal? Not sure if Harshal is able to hear me. Okay. So in case if you're new, I will just send the links of our community, which you can subscribe to. I've just shared it. I've shared our YouTube channel and the Telegram channel, which you can subscribe to. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. So, okay. So before moving ahead with my talk, I think we have a small group activity to discuss, right? So I hope you are all ready for the activity. Okay. So I think we get, Kiran was sharing with me that we also get multiple requests that people want financial independence, right? So like how can I don't know how long I can do my job, same thing, this routine job. Okay, I want to be on my own. And if you want to be on your own, like what Vijay says, right, to get that financial independence or financial freedom, the first thing Vijay recommends is to automate your expenses, right? So whatever expenses you have presently, whichever city you are staying, right? So first we need to automate that, right? If your family is dependent on that income, let's say, right? So after that, you can play around, you can do whatever you want, right? So we'll do a small activity, okay? So wherein we'll add our expense columns, okay? So I think you would have read in Distat Code also, right? So what are the liabilities we have, right? So I'll just throw a pointer so that you can get relate to it. So let's take, I have 45,000 of home loan. I pay 10,000 to my cook or my maid, okay? And then I pay, I've allocated 15,000 for groceries, for household things. What else is there in groceries apart from groceries?
All the household stuff, provision, and then vegetables and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whatever goes to the kitchen, basically.
Yeah. So I basically give it to her. So I don't know what happens inside. So all those things. And if you travel to office, let's take the petrol you put into your car or bike, right? One way, two way, right? And your insurance premiums or health, life. Then what else? Your car insurance, your mobile bills. What else? What is there to? All these
Expenditure.
all these expenses. Okay, can you write, add it up, and see how much it will come on an average per month, right? So can we do this activity? Is the clear? Is the idea clear? Thought process clear? Anybody wants to summarize?
Yeah, Karthik, I'll just summarize what. Yeah. So first thing, why we need financial independence, right? So that we can work for ourselves, not for the money, right? That's the goal, right? So first thing you need to do, what Karthik has shared, that you need to automate your expenses, right? You need to get the income from some other source, maybe some side hustle or something, so that your expenses, daily expenses are covered. You don't have to work for that, right? Even if you don't like, you are working for it because your daily expenses depends on it. You are earning bread and butter. So you need to do that first. Then what he said is that you need to write down all those expenses so that you have a clear vision, so that you understand what is your expenses, so that you can work for it, or so that at least your subconscious mind get aligned with it, right? So the second activity you need to do now, that you need to write down all the average monthly expenses.
2,424, 2,525, 2,626 expense vara.
Yeah, go ahead, Rohit.
Yeah, guys, so we can do that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a simple activity to add on all your expenses. Don't miss even a single rupee. Okay, even every rupee matters, right? Okay, so we'll give 5 minutes. 5 minutes is enough to add, or 10 minutes. So now it is 9:41. So probably we'll catch up around 9:47 again, right?
Yeah.
Again, we'll discuss probably for another 2-3 minutes. Okay, so we'll catch up around 9:47.
Okay.
if someone wants, I will share the template. Like mine, I'll just don't write the number. I'll just write the broadband bill, house rent, right? Petrol bill, so that you don't miss if you want.
Yeah, please share the template. It will be easy for us to refer.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
even it is difficult to think about expenses now.
exactly. So what we
Yeah.
can do, I mean, if you are remember something crucial, you just put in the chat.
Oh, okay. We'll try that.
Actually, I already had that list 2-3 weeks ago. I prepared it. I just remember now.
For you, it's all answers are already ready then.
Yeah, all the answers are ready. Yeah, for me.
Okay. All done. I think Neha has joined newly, right? She should not be wondering what we are doing.
Yeah, she had just joined. She actually, her daughter has fever, so she had joined late. So we can quickly take her intro, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Neha, you're on mute. Yeah, now
Hello?
you're on.
Yeah. Sorry for joining late. Actually, my daughter is not well, so I joined late.
Okay, you can introduce yourself, Neha.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Myself, Neha. I'm an IT professional. I am working since 12 years in MNC. And I have two kids. So I would like to know more about this group. So that's why I have joined. So yeah. Thanks, Apurva, for giving this opportunity to me.
Yeah, thank you, Neha. I hope you like us and the group.
Yeah,
Karthik will let you know more about this community. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome, Neha. So I think we had an intro. So since we are running short of time, we'll talk offline. Probably you can get in touch with Apurva or myself or Kiran. So to get an intro about this group, I just shared the links of this group, which you can use to subscribe. And, we have all the details here. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much and welcome again. So yeah, hi others. So can we quickly do a review? I mean, if anybody wants to share, Rohit, you would like to share how much his per month expenses came? I hope everything was added, right? I think in the chat, everybody gave their own inputs. Thank you so much, guys, for adding shopping, medical checkups, then school fees, travel, yeah, book
Insurance.
purchasing.
Yeah.
I think learning self-growth becomes an investment. It is not a liability. So it maybe comes under investment column.
Yes, I think that part I should have take care. Yeah, I understood now. Yeah.
No problem. It's as per Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes, it's an investment, right? So these are the liability, right? We're talking about.
Correct. We're talking about no liabilities. Yeah. Anyone wants to share, or if Rohit wants to share also, anything is fine.
Yeah, if we have any other volunteer, then they can share. Otherwise, I'm by default I'm available.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Rohit.
Yeah. So for me, whatever the template I shared, right? This is pretty much it. I may not, recall one or two things because I have put this other column, right? That is unexpected. So let's say if there is travel or there is medical emergency, right? Like I got COVID, right? So I had some COVID checkup and all those things. So those things I think they are in the other section because they are not coming every month, right? So for me, I'm single. If I share my personal thing, I'm single and soon I'm going to get married. So that part will be different, right? So for now, I have the responsibility of my family also because I'm the elder son in my family. So my father also earn. We have lands in my village, so we get some money from there. But most of the time I live, since COVID is there, I'm living in my home. So I'm not asking him to give anything. He's just taking care of all those things. I am taking care here where I'm living with my family. I am taking care of everything, like whether it is petrol, whether it is the house rent or insurance or EMI, anything. I'm whole taking care. So this is it. And for since I'm the part of book club and all this PIM for since 1.5 years now, and I've learned so many things from Karthik, from Kiran, from Vijay sir, like lots of things. Like one thing that very crucial is the financial independence. So when I read this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, I get to know what it is and why it is really important. So what I did, I was getting a decent salary, but again I was thinking something कुछ तो अलग से मिलना चाहिए, right? Like कब तक मैं job करूँगा, right? How long can I do this job? So I was thinking to have a side hustle, side something from, some money will come. So I started investing in a stock and in on a crypto, and I also started to learning some other skills, which again in some time, in some year, they will be monetized so that I can also get some money. So if I share personally from crypto and from stock, on an average, I'm learning 10 to 15K. That may not be much, but as of now, that is fine. So my monthly expenses is around 30 to 40, out of which I am able to achieve 50K or sometimes 10K. And I think for initial phase, that's fine for me. I'm not worried because I'm getting good salary from my company. So that is for me, Kiran, Karthik. Yeah.
Nice, Rohit. So your monthly expenses, you mean to say it's 40K, is it, or 50K?
40K at max, no, not 50K, because I'm living in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, so that's not as expensive as Bangalore or other metro city. That is medium city. So 40K is good enough for 4 to 5 people. So 40K is fine. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So I think we can't invite everyone to share their expenses, but I hope you have the number in mind now. Okay, so the mind works only when it has specific numbers, right? So in general, if it is single, it will be 50K. If it is a couple, it will be 1 lakh. If you have kids, it is 1.5 lakh. Maybe that's how it average money goes. So I hope you have this in mind. And I think Rohit also shared about the alternate source of income which he is working on. So you can definitely think about yours as well. So we'll go in detail next week. So probably when we'll have Kiran next week to cover on how we can achieve that. Okay. So I hope your thinking caps can be on till then, right? Okay. So we'll move on, Apurva.
Yes, Karthik, over to you. It's your talk now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So can you spotlight me?
Okay. Just a minute. Do I have that permission? I couldn't see.
Yeah. I have given you a co-host option. I think you
Because
can.
I have a breakout room option. Or is it somewhere else? Just a minute. Let me check.
Yeah, you can find it on the participant list, Apurva.
Okay.
So you go to the
Okay. Yeah. I got it. Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think. Yeah. Okay.
So I hope my voice is audible and my video is clear. Okay.
Yeah. All good. Yeah.
So if you are a budding entrepreneur, okay, and you're struggling to get clients, okay, or you may have 10 or more than 10-15 years of experience, and you have people leaving your team, people leaving your company, right? In the current situation, there are a lot of iteration happening in all the companies, right? Any of these situations, if you fall, my today's talk will definitely help you, right? So hi guys, this is Karthik here. By profession, I'm into software, and by passion, I'm a relationship growth coach, right? So I was talking about this book in my last talk, if you remember, right? I was talking about connecting, how communicating effectively, connecting, how connecting is more important, how it influences others, right? So today we'll continue with this, and I have multiple stories to share till the end. I hope it adds value to you. Okay, to start with, I will want to share this story. In 2019, right, when I lost my mom, during the day of funeral, it was unexpected, and we were so emotionally disturbed since it was unexpected. And right, on the day of funeral, how the activities will be. It was, I don't have any such experience before, and it was so tiring. And after that, in our rituals, we have some after that some 13-14 days rituals to do, okay, following to that day. So we had this Purohit who was doing all this, and he said he will come home in the evening and he will explain what are the rituals to be done, all that stuff. Okay, so since I didn't have much idea on this, I thought, okay, he will come for 10-15 minutes, maybe he'll explain and he'll leave. And he came and he started talking. So what needs to be done, what I have to do, what the family has to do, and what we have to get things to be. So many things. It 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hours. He was talking. I was like, I was sleeping in between. He was still talking. Can you believe it? I'm just in front of him, okay, at home. Okay. So I was like, is he a person? Is he able to understand me? Right. So what I wanted to share is, right, some people, they are so self-centered, they will not understand others, right? So, and this guy lacked that connect. And that day I got a bad impression on this guy. Next 13, 14 days, I had to bear him and I had to pay him, and it's over. Otherwise, we didn't call him again. Okay, there was no connect. He was not able to understand what is my situation. Okay, he was just want to dump all his information to me. That's all. Okay, so today I want to cover about important aspect. Communication is all about others, right? So I want to quickly share my screen. Okay, I hope you are able to see this, right? Okay, so okay, so you know this picture, right? From this guy. So there is no I in team, but there is an M and an E, and that spells me, right? So I was, I was able to relate to what the situation he was in, because I was like this few years back. And when I was working with a team of individuals, I was more concentrating on my desires, my goals, and my ambitions, right? And needless to say, they didn't last with long. Okay, we are friends, but we don't work with each other, right? Because I was so self-centered. Okay, I think many of us will be able to relate. So why do so many people miss this? Okay, it's not about me. Why do so many people miss this? Let us quickly see them. Okay, one is immaturity. Okay, so as I told, maturity does not always come with age. Okay, we need to understand what other person says. Okay, so many of us will given a chance, we'll showcase all our brilliance and expertise by giving all the information, right? Second thing is ego. Third thing is failure to value everyone. Okay, so to add value to others, one must first value others, right? So because, right, see, if you are doing everything alone, you can't accomplish much. Okay, you need people to work with you. You need to work through people, right? So author gives this example. In this one executive meeting, this American meets a Japanese, right? And the American asked this Japanese, right, in world trade, what is the most important language? Okay, so the American thought he would tell English, but the Japanese was a very, he had so much understanding of business, and he told the most important language is our customer's language, right? So what is the next thing? Insecurity, right? So these are some 4 points which, people may miss to know about others, right? So we'll quickly move 3 questions which really people want to know, right? So first thing is, do you care for me, right? So good relations usually lead to good things, ideas, growth, partnerships, and more. Okay, there should be a mutual concern so that there will be a connection between two people, right? So can you help me? Okay, nobody wants to be sold, but everyone wants to be helped, right? So I remember this thing which happened, last month, when I called my customer care of a network provider, right? So I wanted to change my plan. So I was very busy. My agenda was, I'll give my requirement. She will tell me what is the plan suiting my requirement, and I'll ask her to change my plan. I'll close the call. This was as simple as that. But when I called her, I just told one sentence, and she started explaining all the plans, all the benefits, all the features of the plans, everything. I was like, she's not connecting with me again, right? So we need to see, there is a bit difference between feature and a benefit. If you have a product or a service, right? And if you are trying to explain all the features and all the the product has to a customer, right? He may not be so interested, right? What he or she more interested in, how can that product solve his or her problem? Okay, what is the benefit, right? There's a big difference between feature and a benefit, right? And the third thing is, can I trust you? Okay, so business goes where it wants, but it stays where it's appreciated, right? So a lot of times, trust overtakes love. Okay, so before I end with another story, I want to summarize this. If you want to connect with others, you need to add value to others. If you want to add value, you need to, if you don't know, ask questions, right? Know what the other person values are, right? And second thing is, in a group, if you are communicating, see what the strengths are for individual people, right? And work on their strengths, right? So to end this, I will share one nice story, and this story has so much of meaning, right? There was this this very famous coffee company in US, right? And there comes 2 people to visit this coffee shop in US, and they like this very much, and they thought, okay, we'll take the rights and start it in Australia, where they belong to. Okay, so they take the rights and start a store in Sydney. but they were struggling because the business was not happening. It was very good. I mean, it was very good in US, but not in Australia. After so much of research, feedback, and they understood that people were not able to connect. Why? Because they had the model of US, right? People were asking, where are the tables? Where is the food? It was like a takeaway concept that was working in US, but it doesn't work in Sydney. So these founders understood this, and they took 2 years to remodel everything, and people started pouring in. Okay, after 10-15 years, this famous coffee company, right? They had some 300 or 400 branches in 15 countries, right? So this founder says one important line, which I would like to end this with. Okay, we are not in a coffee business serving people. We are in serving we are in the business of serving people with coffee. I'll repeat it. We are not in the business of serving coffee with two people. We are in the business of serving people with coffee, right? So I hope it adds a lot of value. Thank you so much. Over to you, Apurva.
Wonderful, Karthik. I think the last line was really meaningful, and it was actually the summary of your talk. So I think it was a great learning for all of us. So thank you again. Okay, so we'll do the wheel again. Okay. Okay, so it's Soumya. So the topic for Soumya is untold story of a girl, which will bring chill to your spine. So Soumya, if you are there.
Yeah, hi, I'm here, Apurva.
Yeah. Over to you, Soumya. Yeah.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Soumya. And today I'm going to share a real life story about a girl. Her name is Subita Subramanian, and she's from Chennai. By profession, she's a psychologist, and by passion, she's a musician. She also does blogging on the side. It's her passion, one more passion. Why I really felt so inspired that I felt like sharing her story. Once you listen to the complete story, you will understand that. So by birth, Subita, she from the age of 2, she had this issue of retinal detachment. Okay, retinal detachment from the age of 2, where her eye was not completely attached. There was some retinal problem, and because of that, she could not see the world. She couldn't see anybody, not even her parents. And what happened later was, she had got a spectacles from the age of 2 of the power minus 9.5, and later she went to school, and she was bullied so much in school that she did not have any other option. She just used to cry. All her, the specs, the food, everything, children used to throw in the dustbin. And slowly she grew up. And there came a point where her complete left eye got affected, and she had to undergo a surgery. Slowly after that, her right eye also got affected. And in total, by the time she was 13, she had 13 surgeries to both of her eyes. This was one thing. Later, when she was growing up, when she went to college, she was very, very poor. Her parents were very poor. They did not have food on the table. They were not having electricity. They were not having anything, literally. And her parents used to ask help from the relatives that, can you please put, take care of my daughter for a few days. That was her situation. But somehow her parents tried to struggle and arrange money for her college. She went to college, and after going to college, she was gang raped by 7 men. Okay. After that, she decided to end her life. She went and she tried to commit suicide. When she was trying to do that, a voice came inside of her that, no, this is not what I'm going to do. There is some purpose in my life, and I want to know the purpose. I don't want to live like this. And after that, because she had so much of trauma, after 4 months, she was completely disconnected with her body. And after 4 months, she understood that she was pregnant and she didn't know what to do. And she was in such a phase where she was like, I don't want to give up on this baby. This baby has not done anything wrong. I don't want to do that. But later on, when she understood that this gene is the gene of a very evil person, people who has done this, she decided she will not keep this baby and she will not affect the world with this baby. So she decided to take away this baby. And when she went to the hospital, the doctors and the nurses were so ruthless, and they dragged her to the labor room, and they literally slapped her and all of that, insulted her, said that she's a slut, and so many things happened. And they, after the abortion was done, they kicked her literally out of the hospital, and she was completely in blood. She did not even have a proper washroom to even go. And after coming out on the road, there was a public toilet which she used to change her clothes and take care of her body. Finally, she reached the hostel where she was studying, and she was completely lost. She became insane. After 4 to 5 days, she fell from the third floor of the building, and after that, everything collapsed. She got a scar in her brain where it was like she got epilepsy attacks. She was suffering from PTSD, and it also her eyes were completely affected. Now, this is the sad story. She rose from all of this like a phoenix. After 1 full year of completely dedicating her life to the different kinds of practices and healing, and completely empowered herself, today she stands strong. She has completely healed her brain scarring. The doctor said that she can never do that. She has to go for a surgery, or otherwise she will be paralyzed. She did not take any medicines. She completely did healing to herself, day in, day out, every moment. She used the principles of the law of creation and mindfulness and so many things. And today she has healed completely out of herself. She is living happily. And that is what is her story, which I wanted to share. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
You're on mute, I guess.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. Yeah, so it was a really like bringing chills to the spine. And but yeah, I think the great lesson is to rise above our all the hardships and the whatever the suffering she had. So I think that is the real moral of the story. Okay,
Yeah,
so
true.
sorry, I didn't get this.
No, I was saying yes, so true.
Yeah. Yeah, really, like as Nikita is saying, actually we are getting the like we got the goosebumps when we were listening to the story. So yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, moving to the next talk for the day. I'll quickly share my screen again. Oh, it's me. Okay, so today I have no screen to share, so I'll just tell one more untold story for the day. So this story is more about perseverance, which just aligning to my talk last week. So this story actually I was thinking of covering last time, but since the theme was aligned too much for this today, so I would like to cover it in this talk. So this is the story of my parlor Didi. So just to give you a background, so she is from a village, a really remote village where they don't have real access to education, and the girls are married off too early. And she got married at 17, had 2 kids by 19 or 20 might be, and her husband committed suicide. So as the traditional in-laws and the traditional parents she had. So they wanted her to stay with them and continue her regular household work. But she was very much determined to get out of this kind of life, and she wanted a good city life with good standard of living and good education for her daughters. So she struggled, she fought back, and she came to the city. But though she came to the city, she didn't had real skills, like no proper education, no proper skills. So she started off as a maid out there, and then she realized she is good with massages, and she just joined a salon or a parlor too as a masseuse. And there she learned all the other jobs, the salon jobs or the parlor jobs, and then started her own salon or a parlor. But somehow things didn't go well, and it was not a kind of a business or a source of living. So she just changed her plan, and she started to work in an electrical panel factory. So here she started as a team member or as a low level job, and she learned all the electrical panel things and maintenance and all sort of things there. And after 5 years, today she is the project manager, and she handles the sites independently. And she carries off this parlor work just like Urban Clap as a side hustle, and she has her own set of clients. So when I was just listening to her story, I just asked her, she never felt doing bad deeds or get some shortcut to money or just to reduce her struggle. So I just got a very clear answer for her. She said, I need best for me and my family. So it's my duty to do best for people and not the bad. Otherwise, if I do bad, the karma is going to get back to me. So I was actually amazed listening at this, because even we do sometimes compromise our values or ethics at certain points, though at a lower level or might be at a higher level. But listening to her, it made me really rethink about what exactly we are looking for. So let's summarize this story into 3 final points. So this is a more of the story of a perseverance. So the goal was to get a good life for her daughters. And yeah, I forgot to tell, her daughter is placed in a company recently. And at the age of 40, she has an earning daughter in Pune in a software company. And she is blessed, and she is now contented and satisfied in her life. So here I would like to summarize as one, that is the power of perseverance. Her goal of not giving up and to lead a comfortable and a good and a very ethical life. Second point is to follow good thoughts and to follow the good values, no matter whatever the struggles are. And the third is the power of thoughts. Think positively and make your life positive and achieve great results, though we seem sometimes not to achieve the results of that sort. So that's all for the story. Thank you all.
Wonderful, Apurva. Nice story, nice inspiration, thoughts at the end.
Karthik, you are speaking on mute, I think.
Able to hear now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Thanks, Apurva. Thanks for the nice, inspiring story with good thoughts at the end.
Yeah, thank you, Karthik. So I'll share my screen again and we'll go for the wheel. I think I haven't removed your name, Karthik. Just a minute, I'll just do that. Okay. Okay, so we have Saurabh. So topic for Saurabh is law of lid. So over to you, Saurabh.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Saurabh, you're audible. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, very good evening to you all. My name is Saurabh, and today I would be sharing Law of Lid from John C. Maxwell, 21 Irrefutable Law of Leadership. So, to sum up the leadership, it is the ability that determines a person's level of effectiveness. And when it comes to the lid, it is always it always determines the personal and organizational effectiveness. If the individual leadership is strong, the lid is high, but if it is not, then it is limited. you all must have heard about Ray Kroc and the McDonald's story. So the McDonald's brother, they were very successful with their own outlet, McDonald's. They tried to replicate the idea, but failed miserably. And it was Ray Kroc who took this idea further and make this franchisee very successful. So the leadership level of McD Brothers, it was restricted only to their own venture. And Ray Kroc, he visualized that idea into a franchisee, and he was able to successfully implement that. So that was the difference between leadership led and for improving your own leadership or your own lead. You can enhance it in two ways. Either you can increase your dedication through success and excellence, or you can increase your leadership level. It is the factor which can give multiplying effect. So every leader, they have some combinations in common. Like they can make things happen, they can allow things to happen, and they can prevent things from happening. And it intentionally or unintentionally depends on at what level or what character the leader is. The stronger his character is, it would lead into prevention of ineffective things. So they are high impact leaders who take the blame when things go wrong. They look through a window and perceive things differently. They are responsible for all aspects of their team and organization. So they can earn the respect and build trust at all level of organization because their leadership lead is high. And on the other hand, the low impact leaders, they always look to throw the blame on others, and they'll be coming to take the credit when required. Okay, so they are not doing anything, but they are just taking credits for others work. So to reach the highest level of your effectiveness, you have to enhance your lead one way or another. So thank you for the opportunity, and happy Dussehra, everyone.
Thank you, Saurabh, on your talk for laws of lead. I think it was of great help regarding the leadership and how exactly it is working. So thank you again. So I'll be sharing my screen again. So we have only two speakers left. So let's see what the wheel says. Yeah. Okay, so Rohit. So the topic for Rohit today is goddess Kushmanda, which says to have a clear vision and to chart out a clear path to reach there. So over to you, Rohit.
Yeah, hi everyone. Myself Rohit, and I work for a telecom company. I'm a software developer, and I'm having total 6 year of IT experience, and I'm the part of book club in PIM since 1.5 years almost. And yeah, my interest and my hobby is basically just to teach people whatever I've learned, and I just wanted to make a difference in the society. I just wanted to give whatever I have learned from the society. I just wanted to give it back. So that's my motto. Every time when I speak, this is in my mind. So today I have a very good, interesting story that I wanted to share for a very long time. And today finally I got this chance. So I just wanted to speak about goddess Kusmanda first. Then I'll just start my story and how these two things are related. So on the 4th day of Navratri, we celebrate goddess Kusmanda. And it is believed that she brings fortune and luck to the devotees. She is the goddess of clear vision. She gives us clear vision. and it is believed that she has created the entire universe. She has created the trilogy, God trilogy, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, and the goddess trilogy, Saraswati, Durga, and Lakshmi. So in a nutshell, we can say she has created everything, whatever we are seeing in today's world. And I believe this part of goddess is part of every woman in our life. They are the creator of our home, of us basically. So women have this power to create the universe around them. For universe, it is like their family. If the family is struggling, women will try to find a way. Obviously, men will also do the same. But I'm just taking a perspective of the women here. They will try everything in their capability to create their own happy universe. So there is one very good real story that I have witnessed with my own eyes that I wanted to share. There is one couple who are the age of my parents, maybe more than them. They are basically around 60, both of them, and I have seen them. So the story is of them. So 6-7 years ago, they were very poor. They were financially struggling basically, and they were living in a jhopadi, this small hut place in a illegal place, right? They were living there, and they were struggling to make their end meet, this bread and butter. And this is a true story. My mother has told me this story, and I was just very inspired, very energized when I heard this story. So what happened? Every time when this festival came, for us it is a good day, right? The festival is coming. We'll bring sweet. We will bring cloth, new cloth, all those things. But for the pure people, this is a day of struggle. They will feel very very bad in a simple word, right? Because they are not having the end meat. Like they are not able to bring the food on the table. How they will bring this new clothes and everything, right? Their children will feel miserable. They will feel that this is the worst day of their life. Something like that. Some feeling they will have. So what happened? This lady, she asked some financial help from her sister. That give me some money because I wanted to. This is actually the day was of the Diwali. Before Diwali, 1 or 2 days before Diwali. So she was thinking that how will I manage to purchase all the clothes or the sweet or everything, right? I'm not having the money. So she took help from her sister that please give me some money so that I can bring some sweet and some clothes, some these things for the festival, because her sister was good. I mean, better than her. So she gave her 2,000 rupees. You just keep this and just bring sweet for the children and all those things, clothes and everything. At that day, she had something in something in her mind. Something clicked. That why should I waste 2,000 rupees as now I am having 2,000 rupees? If I waste 2,000 rupees, not waste. If I spend all the 2,000 rupees, I will have nothing. So she was struggling financially. So she thought, I will just spend 1,000, rest 1,000. I will just invest somewhere. This is something she felt, and she did the same. So she spent 1,000 because one day is there, right? You can just manage. Thoda kam kharch kar lo, so it's fine, na? 1,000. After Diwali, what she did? She bought flower for 1,000 rupees. Flowers, right? And she sold those flower for 1 or 2 weeks on the street. And after that, she earned 5,000 rupees. After 5,000 rupees she thought, now I'm having 5,000 rupees. I can bring more flour, and I can also give some money to my husband, and he can start selling vegetables. She did the same thing. She saved some rupees, gave some rupees to her husband, and she also bought the flour. So both of them now selling something. She's selling flowers, and her husband was selling vegetables. After 1 or 2 years, they were having some significant amount of money, so that they started their own vegetable shop. Now, after 6 years, I know what they are up to. They are now having one own vehicle that they used to bring vegetable from the mandi. They are having one plot and one home. and they have also managed to, do the marriages of their 2 daughters. Basically, marriage is a expensive thing, right? Especially for the girls. They are able, in a 6-7 years of span, they are able to do all these things because of the small, simple mindset, saving 1,000 rupees. And this is really true story. I may not be factually 100% true, but the story is true. This is how she started. So what I wanted to say, every woman is the creator of their own home, own universe. Because of the goddess Kusmanda, maybe this power is on you, ladies. You are having this power. This is true. And you can create, if you are having the clear vision, right? You can create everything, right? So that's what I wanted to share on the occasion of Navaratri. Happy Dasara and happy Navaratri to all. Thank you. Over to you, Apurva.
Thank you, Rohit. It was indeed a great story and the great insight on the mindset thing. And yeah, so it was a great learning for all of us. So thank you, Rohit. So I guess we are done for the day. So yes, over to you, Karthik.
Thank you so much, Apurva. So how was the hosting from Apurva, guys? It was great, right?
Super.
Yeah, I think the comments are...
Superb host and a nice way new wheel.
Yeah, thank you, Soumya. Yeah, thank you, Nikita. Yeah, the wheel thing, I think we can continue this wheel, I believe. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
Rohit also has come up with that Excel thing, what we had discussed last week. So we can keep swapping the wheel and the Excel.
Yeah.
So we'll quickly take a photo before we'll have a...
Yeah, we can take a quick pic. Yeah.
I mean, it's festival, but we have so many guys. It's great to see that. We'll have a photo.
Yeah.
So everybody can switch on their video, please, for 1 or 2 seconds. You can quickly take a photo.
We are currently showing now. Next week, your topic will be from that book.
Okay. Everybody ready? So Anubhav, Apurva is here. Sorry. Shiva, Arshal, Sarang, Vinod, Arsh. Possible? Can guys switch on their video? Okay. Let me take the photo. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Go. Hang on. I'll take another pic. That is mandatory. Okay. So yeah. 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, go.
Okay.
Hey, can I say something, please?
Yeah, sure, Nikita.
Okay, so this Sunday, sorry, it's kind of late for everyone, 10:30 p.m. India time. We are having Sahana as our guest. So I'm going to be interviewing Sahana on, this live LinkedIn podcast that I do with my business partner, Tevin. So I would love to invite all of you to come and listen to Sahana. I mean, you all heard her here, so I don't have to sell this anymore. We all know Sahana is amazing. So yeah, please do come. I will just connect with me on LinkedIn because I find it very difficult to find people, but my technical skills are awful. So if you please connect, that's my whatever is on Zoom, that's my full name, Nikita Fadnavis. If you connect with me on LinkedIn, I can send you invitations or just drop me a direct message. I can send you all invitations. Yeah, and you'll be able to see the amazing Sahana on Sunday.
Thank you so much, Nikita. I'm very excited to be over there with you and Tevin. So yeah, thank you once again for the opportunity.
Yeah, thanks. And my aim is I have been listening to everyone on book club. So my aim is to kind of one by one pull everyone and bring them on my show, because we've been getting great response. Normally, at least 120, 150 people accept my invitation. I can't see how many how many listen to it live, but then people message me later on. So people do listen to the recording. And yeah, so the response have been amazing. I do know I want to invite everyone. I did tell Sahana kind of, I don't want to go Sahana and then Karthik, because then, it would be like a little too much, but then I said, okay, we'll break it up and I want to take one by one everyone. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. Okay, so great. I'll see you all on Sunday and then next Thursday. Thanks.
Thanks, bye.
What is the title? I don't know.
Oh, the title is Happiness is Good Health. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
No, I still accept it, Rohit. Don't worry.
Yeah, I think that this title also sounds good. I think awesome, not